All right, let's watch this video. Yay.
One thing that comes to mind when you hear the name Charli D'Amelio, and that's TikTok.
I don't know Charli D'Amelio. Actually, this is why I was interested in watching this, is I don't know the Demilios. It's like how I missed out on like Vlog Squad. I mixed out on like a bunch of random stuff. I don't know a lot of internet stuff. I don't know Charli D'Amelio.
In March of 2020, she became the #1 most followed TikToker in the world, and for most of you, that's all she will ever be.
Damn.
However, her and her family have tried just about every career imaginable since their meteoric rise to fame, yet they are still known as being famous for nothing. Today we are going to look at the incredible story of a normal American family who was launched into fame for no reason, and how they are destroying.
Is it really no reason? He feels like he's being really mean. I don't know anything, but it feels kind of mean.
Their family trying to entertain an audience that does not care about them.
What?
The Demilios lived a comfortable existence.
There's got to be some audience that cares about them. The last time we watched a Patrick video, which I used to love Patrick videos. If you've watched me for a long time, we have reacted to Patrick videos for a while. But we took a break because his video was kind of like too one-sided and it didn't feel like informational. Let's see. I have a feeling this is feeling a little one-sided at the moment.
Distance in a traditional New England suburb. Their parents were already rich before the fame, as the sisters attended the King's School in Stamford, Connecticut, which cost $50,000 per year to
Holy shit. That's like a college tuition.
attend high school. Charli describes her life before TikTok as normal. I would go to school, go to dance, do my homework, and go to bed. It was pretty much like every other teenager's life. Charli downloaded TikTok like anyone else to distract their mind from the mundaneness of everyday life. She uploaded her first video in March of 2019, which was her and a friend lip-syncing to a random soundbite. She didn't expect anyone but her friends to watch her videos. Considering she had a deep passion for dance, competing as a competitive dancer since she was a toddler, TikTok was the obvious outlet to post fun dance videos, but she could have never predicted what would happen next. In July 2019, on her way to dance class, Charli posted a duet of her following the choreography of a user named Move With Joy. The video instantly went viral, and her notifications blew
I wonder why.
up during class.
TikTok is so interesting. Like, just the most random stuff goes viral. I don't get it.
I had like 7 followers, but when she picked up her phone after class, she had 2,000. Although Charli claims she never wanted attention nor was trying to be famous, after her first taste of virality, she prioritized TikTok like someone who did it as a full-time job. She posted
Well, yeah, I mean, you're a teenager. The attention's exciting. I think there's no one in the world who would like have a viral TikTok and then be like, oh, I'm not going to try that again. Especially if you're a dancer, and dance TikToks were like so popular.
sometimes multiple times per day, and very quickly she gained hundreds of thousands of followers. Although she was a skilled dancer, it's not like she was doing Jabberwockies level moves that would impress you. In fact, you wouldn't be able to tell that she was a skilled dancer from the mediocre moves she posted on the app.
It doesn't matter. That's also very harsh, yeah.
So why was she so popular?
Is he doing this intentionally?
Well, even she didn't know. I wish
Huh, weird.
an explanation as to what happened, but I have no idea. I'm just doing what I do every day and posting it, I guess. It's very insane to me, as it is for everyone else watching. At the time, the app was dominated by young users. TikTok classified more than a third, roughly 16.6 million, of its 49 million daily users in the United States as being 14 years old or younger. Charli was 15 years old at the time, making her appealing to the age group of the most active users. Since it was working, she just kept posting, kept trying to grow and
Yeah, it makes sense. That's what anyone would do, I think.
see what happens. But her being popular became somewhat of a joke. The Charli D'Amelio
Yeah, that's very... Same with Bella Poarch, right? Think of how much I think people still attack Bella Poarch. I don't know if she still does, but she just has like the #1 viewed TikTok ever, and it's just her face like going, and it is mesmerizing, for the record.
challenge was a huge trend where people would overreact to her incredibly average TikToks. In a never-ending ironic loop, people were going viral reacting to her videos, which made her even more viral, which led to even more people asking, why is she famous?
This is the same conversation people had with Bella.
Making fun of her became an easy way to gain millions of views, but some things she did were genuinely cringe, like her very first YouTube video intro.
Hey guys, it's Charli, and I'm super excited to be sharing with you my first ever YouTube video on my
Okay, that's crazy, but she's also 15. I could show you guys some shit I did at 15, and it's way more cringe than this.
Imagine this became a huge meme.
Guys, Guys, it's Charlie, and I'm super excited to be sharing with you my first ever YouTube video on my YouTube channel.
Hey guys, my name's Jay. My dad left me at 6.
That's pretty funny.
Not many people were making money on this app at the time, but in 2019, being a full-time social media personality was a realistic career path, so she definitely had that in the back of her mind and kept pushing along. Then one dance defined the rest of Charlie's career.
If she was smart, yeah, she could have been playing. Like, I wouldn't put it past her. She could be a genius and did that on purpose. She could have been cringe on purpose for the sake of everyone sharing it, right?
In October 2019, she performed a dance called the Renegade, which was a popular trend coinciding with the K-Camp song called Lottery. The simplistic moves made every teenager on the internet want to give it a try. She was already popular, but this exploded her to over 5 million followers on TikTok.
Did she come up with the dance? To the Renegade Dance? Is she the one that came up with it? No. Oh, she just was doing someone else's. Okay.
Lottery became the first sound on the platform to reach 20 million videos. If you were unfamiliar with the app, you would think this was the only TikTok dance.
Oh boy.
Charlie would post multiple videos per week doing this one dance. It is now 4 years later, and some people still only know her as the TikTok girl who does this dance. By the end of 2019, she had 18 million followers.
Wow.
Her sister Dixie had a few million followers, and even her mother and father had TikTok accounts with hundreds of thousands of followers. The Demilios family was a full-blown
Kind of smart of them.
business now, and it was time to capitalize on it. Charlie got to step into Hollywood and voice act in the animated children's film Stardog and Turbo
That's
Cat.
cool.
The family signed to United Talent Agency in January of 2020 and began receiving massive business opportunities. Charlie got to meet and collaborate with her idol, Jennifer Lopez.
Hey, thanks for that, Gifted.
Next week, you guys as a family are all going to the Super Bowl. So we have 4 tickets to the Super Bowl, hotels, airfare, we're going to every single event, and you get to go spend time with J-Lo and meet J-Lo and hang with her.
That's so cool for a 16-year-old. That's so cool.
Okay, boomer.
Clearly, acting is not her strong suit, but the only talent that Charlie brought to the table
Okay, acting is hard.
was doing the Renegade Dance. However, she was incorrectly credited with creating the dance, as TikTok users
Uh-oh.
referred to her as the CEO of Renegade, which would ultimately lead to her first major controversy. But first, a word from our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sport. For lowers available for the NBA games
Yay!
is higher than $20 at it. Underdogfantasy.com. You could scan the QR code
Guys,
and Underdog
scan
will double
his
your
QR
first deposit up
code.
to $500.
Unless it's gambling,
Week
then-
9 of the
I think this might be gambling. Is this gambling? Oh my gosh, it's 1-800-GAMBLER. Chat, don't watch this. Look away.
NFL
I'm happy you got a sponsor, but don't do that, chat.
article revealing
Unless you're old enough and you have a lot of income and you don't have an addictive personality.
the actual creator of the Renegade Dance, suggesting that Charlie and other creators emulated the routine without crediting the source. The Renegade was created by 14-year-old choreographer Jalaiah Harmon,
14-year-old choreographer? That's sick. Mon Dragon, thank you for the 4 months.
who designed the dance in September 2019 and posted it to her Instagram, a month
Okay.
before Charlie recreated it on TikTok. "I was happy when I saw my dance all over," she said, "but I wanted credit for it." What added to the uproar was that Jalaiah was a young black girl who many felt was being overshadowed in a market filled with white teenage girls like Charlie and newcomer Addison Rae, who
Okay, I understand the upset. I think there's a pretty easy solution though, but we'll see how it was handled. I don't know how it was handled. I feel like I have a good solution in my brain, but let's see.
stole her dance and profited immensely. Unless you have a copyright for the dance, then nobody can technically steal it. However, there are countless examples of influencers who gained a career from creating one dance, but then never figured out a way to make
I don't think that guy invented flossing. Did he?
money from other people doing the dance. Charlie, through a publicist, said that she was so glad to know who created the dance. "I know it's associated with me," she said, "but I'm so happy to give Jalaiah credit." Shortly after the New York Times article was published, Charlie posted a video to the
Oh, this is what I was thinking was a good solution. This is a good solution. I hope this was a good solution. I have a feeling this isn't going to be a good solution.
TikTok performing the dance alongside Jalaiah and Addison Rae. Now it's considered standard practice to put dance credit, or DC, then tag the creator who originally made it in the caption. Even when Charlie went on Jimmy Fallon to dance in front of millions, they DC'd everyone in the description below.
Oh, that's good. That's good. This feels good. This feels like a good solution and that there's been progress made, and surely we shouldn't bully or be mad at anyone.
I'm just glad Young Daddy
Cat.
Cat got their credit. Fortunately for Charli, this controversy kind of went away quickly because the world got hit with the pandemic and had bigger problems to address. By the end of March 2020, nearly the whole world was shut down, with hundreds of millions of people inside browsing the internet all day. TikTok gained 315 million
Jesus Christ.
new users. Charli was their model example of how this app can change your life, but it just kept leading to more and more people asking, why is she number one? Why?
Guys, it just happens, you know? I don't think Kristen Stewart is a good actress, but she obviously did something to get there. I'm not mad about it. It just happens.
It didn't help that Charli embarked on the most generic career path as any other random LA socialite influencer.
Okay, that was a little aggro, but okay.
She started a podcast, the Ramble Podcast Network.
That's genius, as one should, to capitalize off their success. Yes. Yes, that is what you should do. I hate when people are like, God, this influencer is so cringe. They did what all influencers do. Yes, influencers go down that path because it's the only path to make money and a stable income.
Charli and Dixie to launch a series called Two Chicks. They lasted 27 episodes, but it didn't take off since the two aren't really that great at talking. Then Charli and Dixie
Okay, but at least they tried.
partnered with Morphe Cosmetics to launch a makeup.
That's hype.
Preach it.
Makeup reviewers on YouTube thought that the products were just average, specifically designed for young teenagers, and just felt like a business play rather than an ambitious endeavor.
Hilary Duff also had like jeans at Kohl's. I never saw Hilary Duff wearing those jeans. Just because we have more critics out there than ever. Do you guys remember Lauren Conrad? Like, she was on the hills and I was in like elementary school or junior high, and like she had a clothing line. Did you ever see them wearing their own clothing line? No. Do you think Jessica Simpson only wore her perfume? No. Do you think Britney Spears only wore her perfume? No. Why are you attacking my idols? I'm not. I'm normalizing it. That's how the business works, baby. There's more people than ever though that make channels just to critique stuff, and it's man, we love destroying people. Yeah, remember when Paris Hilton ate Carl's Jr.? Do you think she really ate that, or do you think she was like used as someone to promote it?
Dunkin' Donuts offered a limited time drink on their menu called the Charli. Then she collaborated with Hollister, designing a limited edition fleece sweatshirt. Charli later appeared in Jennifer Lopez's music video for the single Pati plus Lonely, and in Bebe Rexha's Baby I'm Jealous shortly after. Charli's basic influencer journey was likely due to pressure from her managers letting her know she needed to be capitalizing on her moment.
That sounds like she had a lot of really dope business opportunities. That's what that sounds like. That sounds like she was getting her bag, as she should.
So what this is it's a look at your 2021. This is the major things we're focusing on. So we have all partnerships. We have, the different companies you're working with, like, ring lights and starting a clothing company. So, and then you have books and TV shows.
Most
Damn, girl. It's only sad because she's so young. That's what makes me sad.
16-year-olds are not ambitious. They just want to hang out with their friends. So Charli's managers essentially just tell her what career she is going to pursue, because if the world is going to give you fame, why not make millions of dollars from it? She didn't need to prove herself in these industries. Her follower count was enough. It seemed like Dixie had to try harder to be recognized as a promising talent, so she wasn't just seen as Charli's sister.
Miley Cyrus and Noah Cyrus right here.
There were days I would work all day and Charli wouldn't do anything. I was like, how do you have all these followers and you're laying in bed all day?
Dixie made her
It just happens, baby. Some people get really lucky. The stars align for them, and some people, the stars don't align for them,
acting debut in the Brat TV series Attaway.
The Brat TV series? No one has told me of this. How dare they? KDB, thank you for the 8 months.
General. This show is essentially a low-budget Grey's Anatomy, replacing the adults with TikTok influencers who can't act.
What? This sounds amazing. Are you serious? How have we not watched this, chat? This sounds so good.
Including Dixie, despite her theater background.
Because you were all saying it's so bad, but that is why it sounds so good.
Instead of incorporating real-life scenarios to teach important values to children, Attaway General is filled with unrealistic scenarios where these teen volunteers find themselves assisting patients in critical conditions with severe medical injuries, despite having no qualification.
Who wrote this? That's amazing.
They also casually walk around the hospital, in and out of patients' rooms, and randomly break into TikTok dances in the hallway. The show received
Oh, that sounds amazing. That sounds great, chat.
terrible reviews, sitting at an abysmal 1 out of 10 on IMDb. Dixie left the series after one season to focus on her music career, but her music career didn't really go smoothly either. Be Happy was Dixie's debut single, which focused on themes such as mental illness and depression. As she was hyping up the release, nobody had heard her sing before. She was notoriously a bad dancer and now a bad actor, so nobody really knew what to expect. What they got was Dixie moping around her multi-million-dollar LA mansion asking everyone to let her be sad. It was your standard formulaic pop song with Rebecca Black Friday level singing.
Really? I haven't heard it. Can we hear it?
Sometimes I don't want to be happy.
Okay, we shouldn't be mad at her for this moment. We need to be mad at the director. Whoever heard this song, Sometimes I Don't Want to Be Happy, and put her in flannel in a home in Malibu, this is on the director, I will say.
But sometimes I don't want to be happy.
I really like the chorus. I think the chorus is really fun. I understand why you compared it to Rebecca Black, but also, I don't know if she wrote this alone. Where's the credits? We're looking at the credits. Creative director and producer. Okay, Connor is mostly to blame here. Connor, you did her dirty with this. This was not a good music video.
Despite the memes,
It's fair. I mean, that's a lot of views though, so it still did well. This is like Phoebe Bridgers' #1 video and it only has 14 mil. Phoebe's like to me, a pretty famous artist, right? Views don't mean anything. I realize that views don't mean much. Listen, welcome to my life. I realize views don't mean shit sometimes. But like, you know, I don't think we should be like, I think that's, well, let's look. I'm actually curious. 631,000 monthly listeners. That's good. That doesn't mean your music is good. To some people it is probably.
it gained 100 million views on YouTube and charted in multiple countries, including New Zealand, Ireland, Canada, and Scotland.
That's pretty
the song
good.
was later certified gold, prompting a remix featuring singer-songwriter Black Bear and rapper Lil Mosey. And
Oh, really? Black Bear, that's fun. I like his music.
although many expected her to tuck her tail and quit music, she did the opposite. Dixie signed a record deal with record executive L.A. Reid's label Hitco Entertainment. For the rest of the year, she released 3 more singles: Naughty List, a Christmas song with Liam Payne, One Whole Day
What?
featuring Wiz Khalifa, and Roommates.
Cat vibe.
Damn. She got some collabs.
She's consistently kept releasing music over the years, and her singing has gotten much better.
Sugar-coated on my pain, couldn't help.
Wow. She actually sounds legit.
Unfortunately, her first impression was so mediocre that closed-minded people probably don't want to give her music a second chance. Teenagers want independence, but they still rely on their parents a lot for their comfort and advice.
But LA is a very tricky place and people get sucked in. But being around my parents and my family keeps me so grounded and
We still sleep home. We still like tell our parents if we're leaving.
yeah,
It's like
Do you guys like that?
yeah.
keeps us like sane and normal.
Charlie and Dixie likely went into business with their family because, well, it'd be more comfortable to attach.
That's always a bad idea, guys. It's always a bad idea. You always gotta. If I ever have a famous child, I would say, gotta hire someone.
The crazy Hollywood lifestyle as a group. The Demilios family YouTube channel was launched, which would lay the foundation for their reality show. These videos only proved that
They wanted to be the Kardashians.
In November 2020, Charlie lost roughly 1 million followers after posting the first episode in a new series called Dinner with the Demilios. The series was intended to feature the family eating a meal with a different surprise guest. In the first episode, the Demilios sat down with James Charles for a paella dinner prepared for them by private chef Aaron May. The dish,
That seems like a great concept, for the record. That feels like a really good concept for like a podcast.
traditional to Spanish culture, contains snails. Dixie picks up the snail, repulsed by the idea of eating it, and the chef tries to convince her to try it. This is what happened.
See? It sometimes happens when...
Oh, they did her dirty by putting that on there. She is a literal child, and she's allowed to not like eating snails, for the record. That's a really good concept for like a podcast. Snatch a cutie. I don't have a core group of friends like that. You need like a group of friends, and then you like invite them over for like dinner.
Don't be so dramatic.
Excuse yourself.
Oh, she actually threw up. Ew.
Do we have any dino nuggets?
Ew.
While not liking snails is normal, it's obviously very rude to gag and make a huge scene. Imagine how the chef...
She's a teenager.
Especially when later in the video, Dixie picks her nose and eats the booger.
Oh, that's gross. That sucks. That sucks that she did that.
So they have their own personal chef, and Charlie is asking for dino nuggets. The privilege this girl has.
Yeah. Can I be crazy again and shift blame onto producers here? This is a problem with like internet influencers, and this isn't old Hollywood. Old Hollywood, As soon as Julia Roberts, as soon as she was in fucking Pretty Woman, this girl, she's got a publicist, she's got an agent, she's got people controlling what is seen and what is not seen, right? If you don't have an experienced team, like the editor should have edited that shit out if they want her to look good, right? Because that's the thing about like Hollywood. Hollywood is all a pedestal that like no one can actually exist on. That's what Hollywood is, right? Like that is what it is. Like I can't tell you how many times my editors have had to cut out like a joke that I made that was like just in poor taste, that like as soon as I say it, I go, ooh, I didn't actually like that joke. Will you cut that out? And if they would have let that in, then maybe there'd be comments like that. You know, like if I release footage of one of you eating a burger, I expect to be fired. Yeah, it is like, it's a bit of an attitude check to be like, I want dino nuggies, even though they have a personal chef there. Number one, she probably thought that was funny. Number two, she's a child. Even if somebody, like someone was like, she was 18, it's like, bro, I was 18 and I was a fucking child. Like, I wouldn't want to eat snails.
While their father continues to try and have an engaging conversation with James, the girls couldn't be less interested, picking and playing with their food. To cap it off, Charlie made a comment about her follower count that rubbed James the wrong way.
Because imagine if I hit 100 mil a year after hitting mil.
Was the 95 not enough for you?
After the awkward moment, the girls try to close the show in the most unprofessional way ever.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching our YouTube video.
Thank you so much for
Okay, I'm just gonna do it. Thank you for watching the first ever and most likely the last ever.
I've been trying to play devil's advocate this whole time. I don't know if you guys have noticed. This was pretty awkward. This feels very awkward. I cannot say that this was not awkward.
Okay, I'm just gonna do it. Thank you for watching
our YouTube.
Like look at her face when he says I'm just gonna do it, and look at their faces.
Thank you so much for
Okay, I'm just gonna do it. Thank you for watching the
She looks pissed.
first ever and most likely the last ever episode of Dinner with the Demilios.
Kinda sad how James was scolding the girls for their manners and not the parents. James is nice to the chef. Any adult watching this knows that teenagers acting impolite or goofy during a dinner is extremely common. It's under the circumstances that made it so bad. They have a celebrity chef, a celebrity guest, and are filming the entire experience to launch a...
Yeah, I think like... I don't think there's any reason for them to make paella. If you have a celebrity chef, like, and you're a picky eater, then you don't say like, make paella. You say, oh, we're a picky eater, make your best dish, but like make sure it doesn't have mayonnaise. That's what I would do, because I don't like mayonnaise, and I wouldn't want like this amazing chef to come and like me be like, I can't eat it, I hate mayonnaise, because people would be like, oh my God, what a bitch, you know?
Some people time-stamped every single moment of the video criticizing a facial expression or movement.
Jesus Christ.
From them being rude. Dixie tried to apologize and say that people were unfairly criticizing her based on an out-of-context 15-second clip, which was ridiculous because we had all of the context we need. Charlie also
That's fair.
addressed the situation.
We've since talked to Chef Aaron May.
250, wait, is that true? 250 million people are watching her apologize? 1,000. That's still a lot of people. That's the entire Streamer Awards.
And like, he's not upset. He was in on the joke, so he was like not, it wasn't a thing where we were being blatantly disrespectful. It was more a thing like you joke around with your friends. Everyone on my team is friend and family. Like,
apparently this was all just a skit for the video. Charlie addressed losing 1 million followers after her comment about wanting to hit 100 million followers in a year.
When I had said about the followers thing, I genuinely just thought it would be so cool to hit a huge milestone a year after hitting another milestone. I never meant for you guys to make it seem like you were numbers or did not.
That is such interesting psychology to me. Because if Taylor Swift were to ever say, man, I hope I hit 200 million, whatever, I would never like go and unfollow.
QTC spin.
Cutie, what number am I? 4. If anything, that those millions of people were maybe a little parasocial, and it's probably good that they didn't follow. Okay, chat, everyone claim your number right now. If anyone else claims it, you get banned.
Not mean anything, and
Now, if she kept this statement short and sweet, a lot of people would have considered this being...
Dude, there's no good way to apologize. As someone who has done it 400,000 times, there's no good way. There's just no good way. Make it short. It's not long enough. Make it long. You misspoke. You say something. You don't need to apologize for that. It's just like, fuck it.
A misunderstanding, but she made a crucial mistake and began crying on camera.
Yeah, that is a crucial mistake. I'll tell you what, chat. Never cry on camera. Not me though. I'm a pretty crier. I don't give a shit.
I don't even know if I want to do this anymore. Like, this is messed up stuff that people are saying.
Also, ultimatums are always so annoying. Listen, I think more than, she's also a fucking kid. Let her cry. More than crying is being like, this is making me quit. That's bad.
Like, people telling me to hate myself, people just like blatantly disrespecting the fact that I'm still a human being.
I think she needs to play League of Legends. It'll help her.
The points she was making were valid. She didn't deserve that level of bullying, but many people look at crying.
No one does. Dude, I've been watching the Beckham documentary. It's really good, by the way. If you haven't seen it on Netflix, it's genuinely actually really, really good. But holy fucking shit, did that guy get torn apart for being a human in a soccer game. It was in the World's Cup for England, and this guy fucking jolts into him, pushes him over, and then Beckham's on the ground and he like swings his leg up to kick the guy out of just like a fuck you. And then the guy totally fucking like flops, and he has admitted to flopping. Like, he flopped the shit out of this kick. And then the football fans went insane for not like just a minute. They went insane for like a year, like years. Like, literally, like, there were mannequins hung of David Beckham outside of bars. They'd boo when he made scores. Every time he came on the stage, they booed. This is before they've talked about mental health. At least now they kind of talk about mental health, even though they don't get it. But holy fucking shit, dude. Can you believe that?
Doing this, it also allowed for people to spin the narrative, with headlines saying, Charli D'Amelio cries after losing 1 million followers, which we know is not why she was crying. But that just furthered the narrative that she is spoiled and famous for no reason. But ultimately, it didn't really matter, because she became the first person to surpass 100 million followers on TikTok.
Yay!
Which prompted numerous accusations that Charli was buying TikTok followers.
Of course.
From day one, Charli and the entire Demilio family's biggest conflict was the hate.
If you have followers, you're not considered a person. You're just the thing that people get to judge and objectify and call names and bully. So it's like,
yeah, that's the interesting thing, is it used to be actors, which you could be like, oh, they're talented, and so that's why they're famous. But with influencers, you're like, oh, that could have been me. Becoming an influencer does feel like a lottery ticket sometimes, right? She's right. I think she's 100% right on this.
Being judged by the entire world is difficult, especially when there isn't much to judge. People usually acquire fame for possessing
Wait, what is that? Here's why I hate the Demilios. First thing is, Charli got 100 million followers doing almost nothing. Second, in Mr. Beast's $300,000 tournament, they cheated and won. Uh-oh. Not in a Mr. Beast video.
Especially when there isn't much to judge. People usually acquire fame for possessing a skill or talent that is extraordinary, which makes people flock together to pay attention to that skill. You have to work, grind, show passion and dedication to a craft for years before anyone is going to respect you. They were given followers and fame and feel entitled to be given support every time they find a shiny new career they want to pursue. So people give hate to the Demilios because they get to waltz in.
Yeah, but like, what about models? These girls are gorgeous. They're gorgeous. Their talent can be that, right? Some people hate models too. Oh. All right, well.
They get paid more for mediocre work than experts in their field. So it's not surprising the world wants to hold them to the same standard as experts, since they are getting paid just as much as them.
That's
Charli
fair.
became a New York Times bestseller after writing a book called Essentially Charli, The Ultimate Guide to Keeping It Real, which covered topics of identity.
That's crazy.
Cyberbullying, social media, and body image, as well as Charli's
That's interesting.
childhood and family life. Best-selling author, voice actor, professional dancer, podcaster, YouTuber, clothing designer, makeup designer, chef, musician, all within 2 years of being famous.
That's crazy. I mean, that's what you gotta do.
She tried everything, but was committed to nothing. So the only thing left to do was start a reality.
Tried everything but was committed to nothing. I don't think that's fair. You don't know what she's committed to. I think about this because it's like, I am so incredibly lucky. I am so incredibly lucky of the career that I have now, because it's given me an opportunity to adventure into things that I have never, ever, ever thought was possible. I would have never, ever, ever thought in my life I could do a stand-up comedy show, because I was working an office job, and now I did. Like, I've done that. And I do have an opportunity to spend more time growing that because of the following that I have, right? I would have never, ever, 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 ever thought about like writing a song. And I plan on doing that, right? I plan on having like a little album come out, and I don't necessarily want to be like a famous singer, but like it's a passion of mine. So I can do that now. I also want to write a cookbook, and I can do that now, right? There's a lot of things. that like I can do now because of the platform that I have, and my platform is 1/1000th of her platform, right? So I think it's like fine to dabble.
The Demilios show premiered on Hulu in September of 2021 and was an immediate success. It became the most watched unscripted series among all first season titles in the genre on Hulu. Season 1 was them, unsurprisingly, becoming famous and dealing with the overwhelming amount of hate. They even put hate comments on the screen whenever the girls do anything, waking up in the morning reading hate comments, trying to predict the criticism they will inevitably get. This is just giving haters more power and will ultimately make them want to
Yeah, that's bad. That's not good. That's really bad.
But this is the only setback that the Demilios have ever faced in their life. People not liking them. Mariana Trimble of Washington Square News.
That's not fair. I don't think that's a fair sentence. I hate when people do generalizations like that. Only because, like, why do influencers always remember the bad comments and not the good ones? I have the answer. I have the answer. I have the answer to that. I know exactly why. Do you want to know why? Because humans are wired for thousands of years to fix. You walk into your house, you see something on the table that's smelly and there's flies coming off of it. You are going to pick that up and throw it away. But what if it's fucking glued to the table? There's nothing you can fucking do about it. And it's just fucking glued there every fucking day. It doesn't matter if everyone walks into your house and they're like, oh my gosh, your house is so nice. There's still this fucking shit glued to your table with flies coming off of it. And you can't do anything. You can't do anything. That's why. A lot of people that are like, oh, just don't read the comments. It's hard. It's impossible when your job is to quite literally read the comments. You can't fix a random person's opinion of you. You just can't fix it. And so it sticks in your brain more because as humans, you want to fix, you want to take action. And so that is why negative comments stick more than positive ones.
You may be shocked to find that you have more in common with celebrities than you thought. Well, they were a normal family for 20 years and famous for 2 years, so it's not that surprising to think they are just like everyone else. But season 2 took a weird turn. They documented Charlie's new burning passion to pursue a music career. Music was the outlet for Dixie to break away from just being Charlie's sister. And since Charlie was speedrunning every career path, you would think they would just let Dixie be the singer. But to make it worse, they lied to Dixie for months, claiming that Charlie was at acting class when she was getting singing lessons. So when they
Is that real? That's awful.
I was caught off guard and then expected to be like, oh my God, this is so perfect. You know what? Why don't you put this song on my album? We could do it together. Like, that's how they wanted me to react. And I'm like, guys, no.
Charlie did end up releasing a couple songs that saw moderate success, but as a shock to nobody, she doesn't seem committed to that career path either.
Okay, she's a kid.
We also see even more pressure from managers for Charlie to pursue business ventures.
Right now, my skin has like kind of not been the best, so I feel like just getting my skin fixed because it's like really bad right now, and I don't think it's fair of me to be like, use my skincare. That's not what I want. I feel like a fraud, and I don't enjoy feeling like that.
She also appeared in Dancing with the Stars, which was...
I think that's the thing is like, she clearly likes dancing. I don't think she needs to be committed to something, but like, why don't they give her any opportunities with dancing?
The first time a business venture made sense. And actually, Charlie and her partner...
Oh, great. Yeah, this makes sense.
Mark Ballas won season 31. The other main theme about season 2 was how Dixie was in a toxic relationship with her boyfriend Noah.
How many times have you guys quietly separated and gotten back together over the last year?
However, season 3 gets...
How old are they? That seems weird to be putting on a show.
Goals for this year, I would say what our goal is every year, to do no harm to our family.
Then...
That feels like that shouldn't need to be a goal. I feel like that should just be expectation.
They go on to make an entire season about Dixie and Charlie hating each other.
You guys need me. Like, you act like you don't.
I don't need you.
Great.
You too.
And you can find a ride home, you can walk home, you can pay
find
half
another
your
ride.
rent. Okay?
Who?
Anyone else?
I have Uber.
Great.
This was just what we see on camera.
That's
Charlie
weird.
says it's even worse off camera.
Like, she doesn't really see how she could even, like, be the problem. Like, the cameras see him.
If this is scripted, if they're like making the sisters fight for views, they should hire an actor to come in and be the best friend, and they should fight with that actor, not the sisters. That's weird.
Now, it is important to recognize this is reality TV, and who knows how much of it is scripted. Since their careers are very boring, the show producers need menial drama to spiral into something bigger so they have a storyline. MTV producers purposely antagonize Ryan Sheckler.
Yeah, that's what that's reminding me of, is Ryan Sheckler
on his show to get him to cry and lash out, which led to him developing an alcohol addiction. Mark and Heidi are not stepping in because if the sisters aren't fighting, the show is just them making mediocre music and complaining about him.
There's no reason for him to keep throwing in mediocre and boring and like I feel like that's a little out of
Big
pocket.
fan
yeah.
QT.
With that being said, it does seem like Dixie has genuine disdain for Charlie. This wouldn't be the first time Dixie plays the "I'm better than you because I'm older" card.
I get like.
Wait, is Dixie older than Charlie? The whole time I thought Charlie was older. Dixie is 3 years older. Wait, so Charlie got famous first. And then Dixie, oh, that makes this so much weird. This makes this dynamic so much weirder. This whole time I thought it was the other way around.
For you, it must be really exciting because like I always came in first, and like now you finally have your time to shine.
No, I think it's so cute that you riding on my coattails like really worked out for you.
No, I mean like that was your whole life. I mean 2 years compared to 18, it's like really different.
Yeah.
And again, it's
Jesus Christ, I don't like either of them.
kind of seems like this family is destroying itself. But the interest in the Demilios is drying up, because they're just a normal, pretty non-problematic family, which for the sake of humanity is great. But for entertainment, all of their controversies are nothing compared to most celebrities, which, again, that's a good thing. The Kardashians maintain their fame through calculated publicity stunts, drama, sex tapes, contractual relationships with men who are A-list celebrities, having children, reality TV.
This feels like big jumps. Contractual relationships. I'm just saying you shouldn't talk about PR relationships unless you know they're PR relationships, all right?
Nobody's life is interesting enough to be on display like this. So you either have to intentionally create conflict or your show gets canceled. Well,
yeah, they should hire people to create conflict. They should hire actors. They should make friends at clubs or whatever.
Deal with celebrity nonsense because they offer
reality show producers suck
for something of value in return. Kanye continuously disappoints his fans, but he has created so much great music that they will block out his antics and praise his art. Similar things can be said about Shia LaBeouf or even Bam Margera. Even though the Demilio controversies are small and Charlie is pretty unproblematic, most people...
Why did Charlie work at Walmart? Was it to promote a song or something and so people are mad?
People don't rush
because she's not Lana Del Rey. Because Lana Del Rey did it and it was cool, but now she did it and it was annoying. To promote a product.
Because she is known for TikTok dances and brand deals.
It was a Walmart ad, so she was paid to be there to cosplay as working class. That's such an interesting thing to say, to cosplay as working class. So if a streamer were to do a day in the life where they work at Denny's for a day, and then a week later they work at Chipotle, is that cosplaying the working class? That's cynical. You guys are cynical for that. But it depends who. If it was XQC, yes. Okay, who could get away with that? Extra Emily. Why? Why can Extra Emily get away with that when she's never... Is Emily a part of the working... Like, why is Emily a part of the working class? She's goofy and unpretentious. She went to college. Yes, but she went to a very expensive college. She had a norming life. Not for long, right? XQC used to have a job. For the record, I think that'd be great content for... Emily. I just don't understand your guys' psychology. It feels mocking sometimes. I think X was more working class than Emily, but I could be wrong. I think so too. That's why I think this is so interesting.
Nobody's going to be like, I'm going to ignore the Charlie controversy because she drinks Dunkin' Donuts coffee so well on her TikTok. It seems like this family is trying to force themselves to be something they are not, and it may be destroying them. Forbes reported Charlie made $17 million in 2021.
Jesus Christ.
Their family company is worth $100 million. They have won the American dream. The already rich family got even richer. These days, Charlie's comment section is flooded with people who say she fell off. She doesn't get millions of views and likes anymore. First it was famous for no reason, now it's not famous enough. It's never going to end. Ignore the hate comments. Why let Hollywood destroy your family for their entertainment?
Bars.